Well, I was initially planning to do the usual lineup of a members video today and of course 2 special projects, but we're going to bump the members section video to tomorrow instead because we have some fresh Gran Turismo news. In fact, at an unusual time as well. It's not the weekend as it would usually be from Kaz. The silhouette itself also looks totally different, much more of a traditional scapes location that you can kind of make out in the background. And it's an interesting trio. 2 out of the 3 cars could be a few different things, but I do have some picks for all 3. Of course, the one in the centre is pretty obvious. We already knew it was coming, it was in the leaked data mining list, and it's very obviously the Lancia Delta rally car. In fact, this was the main reason why there was not really any point in doing a special projects build. It is the curious choice of not having the S4, which is probably the one which I would imagine most people would pick, but still, it's going to be cool to have a new rally car. If only there was more rally stuff to actually do, but there you go. And the other 2 is where it gets really interesting. The one on the left, it looks like some form of small SUV or soft roader, and I actually have potentially a pick which would be a new brand, because we've had Seat before, and if it does turn out to be this, because I reckon, spoiler alert, it's a Cupra Formental, if it turns out to be that would be kind of ironic, given that it's literally right on the heels, totally by coincidence of course, of me doing that video about the top 10 cool Seats that you've never heard of. And then recently, I also did a Seat episode in the members section for Project Gotham Racing 2. So if it does turn out to be that, I'll be pretty happy, because that is a really weird turn of chance for all of that to happen all at once. It could also be a Peugeot small SUV. We've been throwing around ideas on the Discord for the channel, and of course there's a link below if you do want to join that. So for this one, I'm not going to give it a hard and fast guess. I'm going to say Cupra Formental because it would be cool to have a new brand, the kind of evolution of Seat, but I ultimately don't really care, because whatever it is, it's yet another small soft roader type machine. Where things get really interesting are on the right, because it's clearly an older shape vehicle. It has a slanted nose at the front, loads of visibility, windows all the way around, and one of the first things which would come to mind would be some kind of classic Citroen, which it could well be, but I'm actually going to go with another wildcard pick. I think it might actually be an FSO Polonez, particularly a mid-90s shape, because the older Polonez is way too upright and square looking on the front to match, but the windows and the overall shape with that kind of fastback rear end, well, it does match up. If you look to the 1994, 1995 kind of shape Polonez, it has a more slanted front end, and the windows do match. Most of the Citroens which I was looking at don't match. They have a quite large, in the case of, for example, the Citroen BX, too much of a clear blind spot on the rear. This one has windows all round with hardly any pillar of any substantial amount. So I'm actually going to go with that wildcard pick of saying an FSO Polonez, perhaps from the mid-90s. So if it does turn out to be these 3, I mean, we know that the Delta is definitely that. The other 2 are a bit more up in the air, and again, it would be cool to have potentially another couple of brands, as well as, of course, we have the Xiaomi SU7 coming at some point as well. Appears to not be this time, because that would be a pretty easy one to guess, probably, and also the Vision GT from Xiaomi as well down the line. We really have no idea when that's coming though, so I wouldn't necessarily say hold your breath for that anytime soon. It could be, but you never know. And there was something which was pointed out to me by Mav on the Discord as well, where Gran Turismo posted something about being on the Nürburgring 24-hour today, and stay tuned. So that could be Xiaomi related, given that car's Nürburgring exploits, but we'll have to wait and see. And in terms of a circuit, of course, I mean, I'm personally not expecting much at this point, but here's hoping. For the rest of this week though, of course, stick around for more special projects, 2 coming out today and the final 2 tomorrow. Of course, the members section video for Project Gotham 4, as I said, is being bumped to tomorrow instead, and I'll see you next week when this trailer drops for the new pack to see if any of these wild predictions are true, and of course to discuss new content and the vehicles when the update drops, presumably next Thursday. But for now, thanks for watching.